Hello everyone, welcome back to another review of the Hellraiser franchise. With this one we get to Hellraiser 6, Hellseeker, where Kirsty's back. So let's get into it. So with this one they bring back Kirsty, the original Larry Cotton's daughter, to this movie to then kill her off within the first 5 minutes, because that's what the opening sequences is. You've got this character called Trevor, who, if you've seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine, he's the Vulture from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's where I recognize him from. So him and Kirsty are in this car. The car flies off of a bridge into the water, killing off Kirsty, basically. So you bring this character back to just kill her off, and we get to a psychological thriller type movie, just like the previous one. Once again, this was a very tough watch for me. A very, very tough watch. Once opening sequences take effect, you've got Trevor waking up in a hospital. I believe it's like 1 month later. He's waking up in this hospital, and if you haven't seen the movie, or if you have seen the movie, you're going to see Trevor waking up a lot in this movie. So we come to find out that Kirsty is basically missing. He's the prime suspect. You get these two detectives, which you never see them in the one room at the same time. They're supposed to be partners, but there's always like one or the other, basically. So that kind of indicates it's going to be a psychological torment type movie. So like as the movie's progressing, you come to find out he's got like headaches constantly. He's got memory loss at times. He's going into like work, and all of a sudden you just see his boss just jumping herself at him, kissing him, all this kind of stuff. You get to see him going home, and you see his neighbor also wanting to sleep with him. He's in this psychological hell where all these women just want to sleep with him. And so like throughout the movie, because honestly I'm just going to breeze past the plot here, you see him trying to like track down what's going on, investigate this. He sees like, at one point he goes to his apartment, he looks through like old videotapes where he sees this videotape of him giving Kirsty this box which is wrapped up. So you are kind of like trying to build this suspense, even though you're giving a cube shaped box to a person in a Hellraiser movie. I mean, you put two and two together, I mean everybody knows it's the bloody lament configuration there. You see that kind of aspect. You see him at one point, like there's this camera pointing to the chair where it shows him having a good time with his boss there, and like slowly these people, he sees them getting killed. Basically he sees his boss that jumped on him getting killed. You see the neighbor getting killed, but as I mentioned, it's just dream sequence after dream sequences, him just waking up constantly, waking up in his bed, waking up in a chair, just having these dream sequences throughout the whole damn movie. There's even one point where he's like just doing acupuncture with this person, and then she ends up sleeping with him, and you then come to find out that he basically kills her, and also his friend shoots himself too, basically. So I don't know what they were thinking. As I mentioned, like the movie is basically that dream sequence after dream sequences, him waking up constantly, him having like a good time with a different female there, and then so you get to like towards basically the third act of this movie in itself. And with this movie you see this one of the detectives summoning Trevor to the police station, where he basically wants Trevor to identify one of the bodies. So he takes him to like the underground basement thingy where Trevor sees this body, and that's where Pinhead comes appearing. And once again, like you just see him for the last like 15 minutes or whatever it was, to reveal that he's being psychologically tortured and that the body is actually Trevor. And we come to find out that Kirsty was alive this whole time, and we come to find out that actually it was Trevor who was not a great husband or fiance or boyfriend or whatever the hell he is. He was actually having affairs with multiple different women. He actually was planning on killing Kirsty with his friend because she had an inheritance from Frank from the first movie, basically. So then Kirsty apparently made a deal with Pinhead that for 5 victims, including Trevor, she'll be able to be let go because she opened up the box. And so they gradually like are killing these people off one by one, and we come to find out like what happened in the beginning of the movie was that Kirsty actually shot Trevor. He ended up driving into the river. She made it look like a suicide, and Kirsty survives with the lament configuration, the puzzle box in her hand at the end of the movie. Like, you bring back Kirsty for like what, 5 minutes in the first movie, 10 minutes at the end of the movie, a psychological torture. I really don't know why they went with this route, but like this movie just, like, I don't know which one's worse, number 5 or number 6 or even number 7, but it's just the brutality of watching this movie. Like, it was just not enjoyable. I just don't get why they're going through this psychological torture method. Like, this movie could have been just a completely different separate movie that would have worked maybe much better if it just didn't have Hellraiser attached to it. So this movie was so disappointing and so unbearable to watch. So, but like, if you've seen the movie and if you've enjoyed it, let me know down in the comment section why. I'm really curious. If you've seen the movie, you didn't like it, let me know as well in the comment section below. But again, this is YK Reviews. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Keep an eye out on the rest of the Hellraiser reviews coming out in the next couple of days here as we wrap up October. But thank you so much for watching and listening. This is YK Reviews. Peace.